Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. I am going to try to be a little closer, a little quieter because we have our first yoga session in the gym going on right now. But fun topic, kind of fun. I wanted to talk about this idea of who you're sharing the positive with in your life. And I reflected on this myself because I found that sometimes my husband and I, we tend to come home and when we get together and when we chat the last 2 weeks, for some reason, we've had um, a lot of time to chat, more so than normal. And what I've found is when life gets kind of busy and hectic and we come together, what we oftentimes end up sharing is because he's my safe place, right? And this goes for probably your good friends, is that we end up sharing the negative stuff, right? We're really good at coming home from work, and instead of sharing first all the things that went really, really good, because there's lots of stuff, both of us love what we do, we end up sharing the one or two like most horrible things that happen, right? And some days it's not that big of a deal, and other days it's like big stuff, right? Heavy shit. And I thought, oh, that's interesting because I think we often do that with the people we're closest with as well. Like your best friend, right? How many times do you like sit with your best friend when you get together and you talk about all the amazing things that happened during your week, right? No, we save all the amazing things for our social media friends, our Facebook friends, our Instagram life that is like filtered, right? And all the crap we save for the people that we care the most about, which is kind of insane and sad. Um, and so for us, what we started to do and what I started to do is like we talk about what went really good for the day, right? Because the last thing I want, like some of you, and this goes for sure, I thought about like people who stay at home too with the kids, right? That's like the hardest job in the world, to be a stay-at-home mom. And so oftentimes your spouses are coming home, right? And when they walk in the door, how many of you are like spewing out for the first 20 minutes all the amazing things that you did during that day and how happy you are to be at home and be with the kids and all these amazing things that the kids did and how their morning was? No, right? We typically end up doing the opposite and just word vomit and just give them all the crappy stuff that happened during the day, right? And so they're left thinking, at least I would, is that oftentimes when people do that, you're like, oh, well, you hate what you do, right? Like there's been even times where people have like told me like all the crappy stuff that's happening with their work, or even like daily or weekly, they tell me like just terrible stuff about their work, right? And I go, hey, why don't you leave? Like, why don't you just leave? Why don't you get a different job? And they're like, oh no, I love my job. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. If you love your job, then where's the positive, right? I want to hear the good stuff. I want to hear some of the positive. And yes, you can share some of the bad stuff, but it isn't all bad. But sometimes how we communicate it, especially to the ones we love, it's the bad stuff, right? And so that's what I want you to think about this week. It is about sharing the good stuff. Like actually think about it. Like when somebody's asking you how your day was. How was work? How was your day? How was the gym? How were the kids? Right? First, think about something good because there's always something good, right? If there isn't anything good, then you should really make some serious changes in your life. But most of us choose to do what we do because we do like it and we do value it, right? We value staying at home, being with the kids. We love our job. We feel accomplished doing whatever we're doing during the day. So share like one or two of the good things, right? And then if there's stuff that you need to share that you need help with or support with or questions about, then share that too. But let's share more of the good, not just filtered on social media. All right? Have a good week, you guys.